Hi friends, I'm really excited to be back in your classroom on your TV, woohoo, being able to teach you all about my favorite things in the whole wide world, feelings. You might recognize this feeling that I have right here on my ears. Do you remember its name? Yes, that's a nickname. Its full name is Peacefulness, but it also can go by calm. It could go by feeling relaxed. It could go by feeling okay. It could be going by fine, chill. Lots of different nicknames for this feeling friend today. And so I am kind of being the opposite of this feeling friend. I'm feeling a lot more excited and happy and thrilled and joyful to be able to teach you about calm. So you know what? To try to get in the right mood for our feelings friend, give me just 1 second, okay? Let me get out my feeling friend and that's better. Let me get out this feeling friend, and I'm just going to take a little bit of a moment here to notice a little bit about their face. So, because if I can match my face to this face, then maybe I'll start to feel a little bit more peaceful too. So, okay, let's check out the little spot of peacefulness together. What do you notice? What do you notice about their eyes? Their eyes look awake. They're a little bit wide, but relaxed. Absolutely. What about their eyebrows? Yeah, they're relaxed too. A little bit raised because they're interested, but relaxed. Ooh, what about their mouth? Yeah, they're smiling, but it's a calm smile. It's not an excited smile. It's a calm smile. What do we think about their body right now? Yeah, calm is pretty still. And I bet if calm could move with me, we would see its belly going bigger and smaller, because it's breathing. Calm loves to breathe. Now, if Peaceful Spot was talking, what do we think we would hear? Would we hear loud and crazy? No. We would hear a soft voice. Okay, so I'm going to try to match my face is calm, but I'm going to match my voice to their voice. Soft and calm. We're probably going to hear some breathing too. In and out. And in and out. Okay, I sound calm. I'm looking calmer. I wonder what peaceful can show us. What do you think? Yeah, I could see that. I think peaceful can show us when they're ready to learn. So I hope that your face is matching my face and feeling calm. That your voices are going to go so calm, they're going to be quiet because you're going to show me that you're ready to learn more about Peaceful Spot. Let's do it. So I have a story for you today. You might have seen this one before. It's all about a little peaceful spot. And so we're going to read this together so that we can get to know Peaceful Spot just a little bit more. It's going to teach us what to do when we have really big feelings that are coming from a different place than peacefulness. And it's going to show us how to take those big feelings, those big emotions, and to shrink them down into something more manageable and hopefully into something that looks more like this, a lot more peaceful. And it's also going to help us understand why things in the calm corner help us get to a peaceful spot, a spot where you can find some peacefulness too. So let's check out this book together, shall we? We shall. Nice, calm voice. I love it. He says, "Hi, I'm a peaceful spot. Your peaceful spot helps you feel relaxed, and calm. Oh, those are those nicknames that we know, right? And today I'm going to show you how to get to your peaceful spot. Oh, wow. I'm excited. Totally different feeling going on with her, right? Which it's okay to be excited. But if we're too excited, it might be hard for us to take all the words and all the knowledge into our brain. So I'm going to take a deep breath for her just for a second so that she can get to a peaceful spot. And ooh, oh my goodness, she's looking a lot more peaceful. Peaceful spot says, ta-da, here it is. Isn't it beautiful? Because you are calm and relaxed right now, it is really easy to spot. Now, I know your calm corner looks a little bit different than this, right? But I hope that it gives you pretty similar feelings of looking at that picture. Now, when a big spot of emotion shows up, it can be overwhelming. There's a whole lot going on. Feelings can be really big. And then it can be hard to see this peaceful spot. He's saying in his actual room, the peaceful spot, because we're so overwhelmed by the feelings. But a lot of times when we have a big feeling, it's hard for us to see even what's right in front of us, of our teacher trying to help us, of our friend that's coming by to make sure that we're okay. It's kind of hard to see and to hear what's really going on when we have those big feelings. So that's why it's important for your peaceful spot, for you to look for your peaceful spot. As soon as one of these big spots of emotion start to get too big, because remember, it's okay for us to feel anxiety, nervousness, scared. It's okay for us to feel sadness, disappointment, feeling really discouraged, upset. That's okay. And even though that is very intense, it's also okay for you to be feeling anger, for you to be feeling mad, frustrated, annoyed. It's okay to feel those feelings. They're telling you something about yourself. But when they get too big, taking over the whole picture and taking over their whole minds and their whole bodies and their whole heart, then we should probably do something about that, right? So first, you need to identify what spot of emotion showed up. So being able to think through, okay, is this my angry spot? Is this what's going on with me right now? Am I feeling angry? Are you feeling frustrated because you couldn't find something, or annoyed because you tried to do something and it didn't turn out the way that you wanted? Maybe you're feeling angry. Or maybe it's your anxiety spot that's showing up. Are you feeling worried about something new? Are you scared that you won't pass something in class or do the best that you want to be doing when you're at a teacher center? Possible. Or is it your sadness spot? Are you feeling lonely because no one's going to play with you right now, or you can't find someone to play with? Or are you feeling disappointed because you dropped your delicious popsicle? That would make me feel super disappointed too. I know we don't have popsicles every day in school, so maybe you were feeling disappointed because someone took your turn, or you didn't get to do the class job that you were really looking forward to this week. Again, all those are fine. Each emotion can be managed in a different way. That is why it's important to identify which one you're feeling. Nervous, worried, scared, all those nicknames for anxiety, disappointed, lonely, feeling a sense of loss, like I'm missing something or missing someone. Those are all with sadness. Being annoyed, hurt, frustrated, all going along with anger. So each emotion can, like they said, can be helped in a different way. And so understanding what you're feeling is your first step to being able to handle it. Once you've identified, you've been able to name what you're feeling, then it makes it a whole lot easier to guide you to your peaceful spot. If you're having a hard time figuring out which spot of emotion it is, it can help sometimes for you to draw how you're feeling. Because sometimes in order to name something, we have to feel like we have to get it out of our head and out of our heart and onto paper, or out of our head and out of our heart and into words for our teacher. Out of our head, out of our heart, and into showing how we feel with our body. Sometimes that's a little bit easier once we get it out to see what it is. So I love when my friends take some time to draw what they're feeling, because sometimes that makes it easier. Now it's time to turn that spot of emotion into a peaceful spot. So going from having that huge feeling of, ooh, let me see if I have them. I'm really, really angry. I know that I'm feeling angry, and he's going to help us with turning it into feeling peaceful. I'm feeling really, really sad. I'm missing my grown-ups at home. I'm missing my dog. And I'm going to turn that into feeling peaceful. Maybe I'm feeling really, really nervous for some reason at school about what's going to happen, or I'm nervous about when there was a fire drill and it was loud. I'm going to turn that into feeling peaceful. Now, it doesn't happen that quick. I wish my feelings were like a light switch, because then, too much sad, too much anger, too much worry. Boop, here we go, feeling so much better. But that's not how our feelings work. Our feelings, instead of a light switch, it's kind of like when your grown-up at home turns on the oven. You turn on the oven, and over time it gets warmer and warmer and warmer and warmer until beep, it lets you know that it is super hot and ready for those chicken nuggets and ready for those fries, which is what we want. But our feelings, being like that oven, they take a long time for it to build up. I feel a little bit angry, then a little bit more, then a little bit more, then a little bit more, and whoo, now my body's all heated up. I was feeling a little bit sad and more sad and more sad and more sad, and I feel like I'm gonna melt out of my eyes for all that sadness. A little bit nervous, more and more and more and more and more, and now I am totally taken over by all those shakes. Just like if you were to put something on a baking sheet and the fans go with the oven, sometimes you can hear them shaking. So our feelings heat up as they build in our bodies, but then also like an oven, when you turn it off, does it just immediately zap? It's cool. No, it takes a long time for that heat to start fading away and cooling off. So it's normal for it to take some time I'm really angry. And it's going to take some time and some time and some time for me to relax. I'm feeling really sad. It's going to take some time and some time and some time for me to feel better. I'm feeling really nervous. It's going to take some time and some time and some time for me to feel more relaxed and to feel safe. That's totally fine. That's normal, in fact. Our feelings are like the weather, where it might feel like it's going to take forever, but eventually the weather changes. Eventually things clear up. Well, same thing with our feelings. Eventually they will shrink and they will fade, and you're going to feel so much better. So what do we do? If we can't just switch it, even though that's what we want to get to, what do we do to get there? Well, they said sometimes it helps to fill a peaceful spot, like your calm corner, with a lot of peaceful things, a lot of things that help your brain and your heart and even your body focus on becoming more peaceful. And so one thing that the little peaceful spot loves to talk about is to do some deep breaths like we practiced at the beginning. And the reason that peaceful spot, and I also love breathing, is because you can do it anywhere, anytime, with anyone, for any reason, for any who, where, what, any of the any's. You don't need anything special to take a deep breath. In fact, we're breathing all the time. Thank goodness we need to breathe. We're breathing all the time, but if we focus on our breathing, then it calms down the fireworks in your head that are sparking that anger, that sadness, and that worry. It calms it down. Think of it like, okay, it's gonna sound silly for a second, but stick with me. You know when you have your birthday, boop, and you got a big old birthday cake, and then it's got all of those candles, right? And we light them so that we can blow them off so that we can then have an awesome wish. So imagine that your brain is like your birthday cake with all those candles. And right now they're sparking with all those feelings. When we take a deep breath, it helps all those sparks simmer down and settle down so that we can get back to what we need to think about and our body can get back to relaxing. So that's why little spot of peacefulness. And I also love deep breathing, because by breathing, it helps you get to a calmer spot. And again, you don't need anything fancy for that. We're always breathing. So finding ways to pay attention to breathing is a great way to go about it. So let's see the calms way to do it. I heard that you guys have already seen this. So I wonder if you can just practice with me. This is called spot pattern breathing. Now, a pattern is something that repeats, right? And breathing in itself is like a pattern, because we breathe in and then next we breathe out. And then it repeats. You breathe in and then you breathe out. We don't go like out, out, in, out, in, out, in, and out. Like that would sound really weird. It sounds a little bit like a pig, right? We breathe in and then out. And when we do it slow and we do it while paying attention, really, really paying attention with what we're thinking about, then it can slow down those feelings a lot quicker. So this pattern of here's my first part, here's my second, then it repeats, here's my first, here's my second, can help us with paying attention to breathing. So how I like to do it is not just to look at the picture. I like to trace it with my finger, because I've noticed when I touch things, then it also makes me pay attention to those things. If someone is touching my face right now, I can't help but notice what's going on with my face. And then I'm wondering, oh, do I got something on there? A little bit of dirt? Oh, no, we're good. So I like to use my finger to trace this pattern so I can pay attention to it. So I start right here with that dark green, and as it tells me to breathe in. So I'm going to trace the swirl as I breathe in. And then it tells me to breathe out with these dots. So I'm going to tap the dots. And then it's a pattern. I got to repeat it. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. That's how I do it. Now I realize it's kind of hard for you guys to tap this picture, right? Can you try to tap in the air, making a swirl with your finger and doing a tap with your finger in the air? Let's try that together, okay? Ready? We're gonna breathe in. I'll do it with you. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. One more. Breathing out. I think that one had more dots. And so it says, imagine that pattern. There's one thing, then another, and it repeats, of several green spots. Breathing in with the swirls and out with the dots. My emotions are now in this peaceful place, and I will be calm when I leave this space. So that's a really easy way to go about it. But here's what's really awesome about your classroom. You already have a spot that is specifically about helping you feel peaceful, right? And so when you go to that spot, if you need to shrink a big feeling, yes, I can do that breathing. But you can also hang out in a spot that looks maybe a little bit like this, right? And I'm noticing, just like the girl is looking really calm. And I agree with her that I really, really, really love that cozy chair too. And so I wonder, in your calm corner, in that peaceful spot for you, what are some things that you remember that could be helping you with growing a little bit of calm? What kind of peaceful things are there to help you feel peaceful? Are there some ways to take deep breaths? Yeah. Are there some ways for you to notice peaceful things by noticing colors, by noticing different things that you're seeing and you're hearing? Yeah. Is there a mirror for you to practice telling yourself that there are these great things about you? That helps you grow that confidence spot, but it'll also help you bring along a little bit of peace. Is that there? Is there a place to rest? Actually, it does kind of look like this one, doesn't it? Just a different color. Absolutely. And I heard that pretty soon there's going to be a warm and fuzzy book too, that's going to help you with focusing on people that help you feel calm. I love it. That's awesome. So good. He says, okay, I think I've given you enough tools for you to find your peaceful spot. And I'll be looking forward to see you soon. Awesome. I mean, me too, peaceful spot. Because you're right here. Aw, thanks, Peaceful Spot. That's so nice of you. Well, Peaceful Spot and I have something special for you too. We want to give you the chance to practice getting to know more of your peaceful spot and a chance for you to practice making your own patterns. Learning his pattern, but then also making your own pattern. So here's the first thing that you are going to be doing today. It says, what peaceful feelings can you name? I want you to think about, what are some other nicknames that I can give for peaceful spot? Now, if you're not 100% sure how to write it, it's okay. Draw a small picture of it. But here's what mine looks like. My name is Kimberly, and peaceful names and peaceful feelings that I can name: calm, feeling okay, and feeling pretty chill. Chilled out, ma'am. So you'll get a chance to do that too. And then after that, I only feel like it's fair for you to get a chance to actually trace those little spots of spot pattern breathing, right? Instead of just having to tap, 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 tap in the air. So you are going to get one of these where it has the exact same picture for you, but I am noticing it's missing something. Color. So this is what mine looks like. I chose to make it the same colors of the dark green and the light green, and the dark and then the light, and then the dark and then the light. I made a pattern, something that repeats, with my colors to go along with the pattern, something that repeats, of what's inside of these spots. You don't have to use the same color. You can use a different color that makes you feel peaceful. So if seeing blue makes you feel peaceful, or even gray or purple or rainbow, I don't know. You can color in with that spot pattern breathing, whatever color makes you feel peaceful. And then finally, I'm excited about this one. And so is Peaceful, because Peaceful's the one who thought of it. So we have a way for you to create your own spot breathing. You'll notice in this top box, there are a lot of different designs. And so you can take some time to look at those. And then that first row has the pattern that our little spot did for us. Just as an example of how we do one and then another, then we repeat number one, number two, number one, number two. So you can make your own pattern in these two rows. And just like I said with the other one, you don't have to use green the whole time, or you can if you want to, but I want you to think of which pattern do I want to put together. You can either pick just one thing from up above here, or I guess it'd be two, right? Picking different combinations of the patterns here, or you could even make your own, making your own way to be focusing on breathing. And then your job is to try to trace it and to see if that helps you with breathing in and breathing out. Here's what mine looks like. I chose this pattern, some lines and then a loop-de-loop. Lines and loop-de, lines and loop-de. That's the way that I did my first pattern. My second pattern, I did some, it looks kind of like a plaid, like checkered board to me. So I did my checks and then a big old zigzag, and then some checks and then a big old zigzag. Oh yeah, I guess it's more of a crisscross, isn't it? Told me right up there. Come on. This is why I need my peaceful spot, because if I didn't fully have my peaceful spot in, then I wouldn't have been calm enough to read the directions. Whoops. We got to have that peaceful spot, right? For us to be able to really see what's in front of us, to really hear what we need to hear, and to really have the calm body that we need to have in school. So thank you, peaceful spot, for coming back to me. Let me try that again. What's this one about? Oh yeah. Crisscross and then zigzag. Crisscross, zigzag, crisscross, zigzag. That's my other pattern. Now your pattern can look like mine a little bit. It could look nothing like mine. I want you to make your own spot breathing and to use it to be something that, again, you can practice tracing the design as you breathe in. First part of our breathing pattern. Second part of our breathing pattern, breathing out. Great job, friends. Well, that's all I have for you today. Peaceful Spot and I have something very important to do. Oh, relax. Thank you, Peaceful Spot. Oh, so nice. Do you notice my voice even sounds a little bit calmer? Yeah. All right, well, I'm going to be here relaxing, and you are going to be over there doing a little bit of time with your little spot of peacefulness. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye. See you later.